What's up, YouTube? So it has been too long since our last album review. So I'm excited now to be talking about super sick music by my boy Gawvi. He dropped an album called Heathen. So in this video, we're going to be checking out his album. Is it trash? Is it good? Who knows? You have to watch to find out. But in this video, I have a special guest. He is from the YouTube channel Fame. He does Christian music lyric videos. So I'm gonna link him below. Check out his channel. All right, so anyway, say hello to everyone, Alvin.
What's up, people? I'm here.
That's all you have to say? Alright, so anyway, we're talking about the album Heathen. Gawvi wants to change the definition of the word heathen, and a lot of this album talks about how heathens are really outcasts for a lot of the people in the church world, how we kind of push them out because they're not good enough, because they're sinful people. Gawvi wanted to change the definition of that word to cause people to stop thinking of heathens as people that we should be casting out from among us, but instead as people that are sinners, but just like us, that are also in need of grace. So let's go ahead and get into the song list. There's 17 songs, so we have a lot to talk about.
Gawvi get him.
So the number one song on the album is Difficult. The music production on this track is amazing. Now, I'm not gonna say the lyrics are not amazing on the song. Definitely not one of the best songs in the album, but it starts it off on a good note with Gawvi giving some very emotional lyrics. He's singing about how it's difficult to be different and how he's trying to be a good man for his family. So in my opinion, this is probably one of the weaker songs in the album.
Definitely a different vibe that I haven't really heard from Gawvi before. I love the violin or orchestra instrument at the end that was playing. That was pretty cool.
All right, so the second song is Jet. Hey, Grandpa, I never asked. Who raised you?
Let me point this time. I was raised by a pack of wild wolves.
This song features your boy, Andy Mineo. This is one of the heavier, hotter songs in the album, and for someone like me who likes heavy, hot rap, this is actually one of my favorite songs in the album. I think this is one of the ones that stands out. I thought the lyrics were kind of poor. I was literally Googling some of the lines, trying to figure out what Gawvi even meant. Maybe that's just because I'm naive and stupid.
Yeah, it was more hard-hitting song, which was not my style. Probably my least favorite off the album compared to you. It was one of your top ones.
That one hit me in the heart. Alright, so the third song is Skull. Look, they was bad and they said, "Oh my God," in the intro, which is using God's name in vain. So I have to take the intro and fix it now. Oh my split pop!
I approve of that.
This was actually my least favorite song in the album. This is the word skull in the song actually references some fans of Gawvi that had a little discussion in the beginning of the song talking about how they got kneed in the skull during the concert. Like they were bragging about it, like someone hit them in the face. Oh, cool. So basically, this song is about Gawvi's career building up to where he is, about how when he was younger and how he got to the point where he is. He gives a little shout out to his home county.
Yeah, it was also a more hard-hitting vibe off the album. It was one that I didn't mind listening to. There's kind of this weird talk in the middle from someone else, which I thought was kind of funny, but otherwise it's a pretty good song for me.
The fourth song is Climate Change.
Are you listening to a song called Climate Change? In this house, we are Republicans and we vote for Donald Trump. We don't believe in climate change.
Oh no, it's not actually about climate change, Gramps. It's about, changing people's minds and, stuff like that. This song features Akleso, however you say his name, and words played. I don't know that a lot of people in CHH actually like words played. Maybe they do, but I'm not a words played fan. But okay, cool. He chose to feature words played. That's his business. Climate change inside the title reflects how Gawvi wants to bring a shift in the way that people think of the word heathen, kind of like what we talked about in the album title. So this one is not really a bad song in my opinion, but it's also not one of the best songs on the album. It's kind of a middle ground song.
When it first came out, I wasn't that impressed by it. But actually, the more I listened to it, the more I liked the song, basically. I thought it was pretty creative how he speeded up at the end. And yeah, I'm not a Words Played fan either that much.
Awesome. The fifth song is Not Too Far. Bruh, I could be a TikToker if I didn't think TikTok was so dumb. This is one that both me and Alvin actually like a good little bit. This is the song in the album that sounds, to me, the most like typical Christian music. Like the type that would be played on Christian radio. So this is a song about how even when Gawvi runs away and makes mistakes, he's never too far for God to catch him. This has a pretty calm, comforting vibe, and it's actually one of the catchier songs on the album. So now Alvin's gonna tell us what he thinks.
Yeah, this song is probably my most favorite song off the new album. I just love the message. I love the music production. Like, it was really well produced, and yeah, the lyrics also really good.
Yep, that's right. So number 6 is Sin. Bro, this joke all right, yo.
Oh, snap. Yeah, that might not come across right if I post that. Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, this is one of the stronger songs on the album. It's almost got like a kind of a gospel vibe to it. So this is a song about how sin is not final. Even when we sin and make mistakes, that's not the end of us. It can't stop us from winning. This has one of the more calming vibes inside of the album. And it is actually one of the better ones in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good song. More gospel vibes, something I haven't heard really from Gawvi before. It was pretty long. I would have made it maybe a little shorter. Otherwise, overall, I really like it.
So the 7th song, this is my favorite song on the album, is Girl.
Girl.
No, I don't like that. I need you to say girl. Like that.
Girl.
Okay. I like that better. So this is one of the catchier songs on the album. It's got a sick beat drop. Not like sick as in like heavy and hot, but it's got a very good beat drop. It's very catchy. He's singing about how he loves the way his wife worships the Lord, which, I mean, worship is great. So hey, I'm all over this song. The only thing I didn't like as far as the material and the lyrics of the song is he does give a shout out to B2K, which is a secular band that does have some music that's not quite as wholesome as Gawvi's music.
Yeah, I definitely like the summer vibes on this one. Like, when I first listened to it, I thought it had a really good melody, the intro, and the beat was pretty good too. But like, it's kind of the same thing over that he's saying, like, girl, you know I love it, stuff like that, kind of the melody. So
the next song is So Alive. A red hot news alert. Gawvi has just written a song called So Alive. To all of you know, in case you're wondering, he's still alive. That's fantastic. This is one of the very calming songs on the album. Gawvi talks about how God gives him strength like nobody else can and makes him feel so alive. That was a brilliant summary of that song. To me, it was not one of the more amazing songs in the album, but let's see what Alvin thinks. He's the music expert.
sorry, just reading my notes.
It's fine. Everyone has to read their notes.
Yeah, you'll cut it out after. So this is definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. Love the summer vibes on this one, like awesome music production and lyrics. Just a really good song in my opinion.
Awesome. So the next song is All of Me.
When you see all
All of Me!
do I radiate love?
Which this one's really hard to judge because it's an incredibly short song. It's like a minute and a half. It's got like 10 lines of lyrics. So it's got almost an old-fashioned kind of hymn vibe, which again is kind of weird to hear from Gawvi. Inside of this song, Gawvi is asking God if he sees everything about him, even the good, even the bad, and if God's gonna be there for him no matter what. What did you think about the song, Alvin?
I really loved the piano in this song at the end when there's like the screaming and shouting, I'll say. It was short, but pretty good. I do think they could make the shouting, like the screaming at the end, a little bit quieter. Because when I was listening to it on my big speakers, I was kind of blowing off my ears. Yeah.
So the next song is Who You Gon' Be. Bruh, this sound like harp music. You sound like someone be playing with that little harp, boy. Yes, sir.
Oceans of grace flowing on me. I know the Lord working on me. I know they trying to stop me.
This is one of the songs that I was expecting a lot from. It is featuring alright, let's hope I don't get this wrong. Israel Houghton. And then Trip Lee on it. So with those, you got Israel, a worship leader, Trip Lee, another Reach Records rapper. I was expecting so much that when I listened to the song, I was actually kind of disappointed. It's got really sick bass, and Israel sings some pretty good worship to it. But overall, I was expecting more considering the collaborations on the track. But I will give it this. It had a pretty great shout out to KB on the track. Trip Lee rapped. He said something along the line of, "Ask KB, I got no chains on me."
Yeah, I really like the song. Like, I love the 808 bass on it. Kind of a long intro, like always saying who you gonna be inside. The humming during the first verse, I thought that was really cool.
So the next song is Vanity.
I told my mama, I'ma make it and never forget her.
That's low! Oh! Now, Gawvi personally said this is one of his favorite songs on the album. This, in my opinion, has the best rap flow in the entire album. This is one of the more vulnerable songs. He talks about how his parents, when he was a kid, divorced, and that created a lot of insecurities and gave him fear that one day he and his wife would potentially break up. And so he really talks about those fears inside of this song. This is one of the best, and I rank this pretty high because of the rap flow. What do you think, Alvin?
Yeah, the rap flow on this one, I thought it was pretty good too. It was kind of an old school vibe to me. I'm not so sure because I'm not such an old school music fan. He does use some weird words at the end of rhymes in the verse 2, which I do not know the definition of, so.
Right. That was me throughout the whole album. I was Googling words. What does that even mean? So the next song is Criminal. It's like the Christian Despacito. In my opinion, this is one of the catchiest, maybe the catchiest song in the entire album. I think it's the song that sounds most like a mainstream song. It seems like it's a song seeking some kind of reconciliation. He's asking this person to not label him as a criminal and to stop fighting and instead open up to his love.
I actually really like the music production on this one. Gave me summer vibes also. In my opinion, I think Daramola, if that's how you pronounce his name, I think he really makes the difference on the song. Because I think his voice goes perfectly with the hook.
So the next song is Jesus You Are. Yo, I don't have much sense in my head, but I do have enough sense to not make fun of a song called Jesus You Are. So I'm just gonna leave it on that for this one. Now, it's a great title, but I actually ranked this song as one of the lowest. It just didn't do much for me. It's got a calm vibe, but it didn't hit me that hard. This is a song with Gawvi talking about how he was saved and how he's seeking to continue to walk with God through his career. There's this one line in the song, they said along the line of, "I'm tired of the industry yelling Nirvana. With you, I'm changing this genre." I thought that was a great line.
I love how he took like just an iPhone recording he had them just singing on the piano, Jesus You Are, and he actually took that and made it into a sample and actually based a whole song off of it. And good lyrics, different Gawvi vibe. I haven't really heard from him much, but it was also kind of like the same thing over and over again for me in melody wise.
So the next song is I'm Fine.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I just say I'm fine.
This is probably the most vulnerable song in the album. It's a decent song, not one of the best, but it's really great because Gawvi's being very transparent inside of the song. And he's talking about how he keeps telling people that he's fine, even when he's not feeling so fine. He's really thinking about how he wishes he could open up and just be himself. So I really like that. I love songs that are transparent and emotional. What did you think, Alvin?
Yeah, this song, I'm Fine. I really like the song, especially the last verse. I think it was one of the better written verses on the album.
The next song is Feed the Game. Popcorn! Yes! Oh, stop! This song features, I'm not sure how you say his name. I think you just say it Wolf. It's not how it's spelled. Now, this song really hits hard. It's one of the more heavy hitters on the album. Normally, I like songs that have a kind of heavy rap feel to it, but this one didn't hit me like that. It wasn't really that amazing to me. So this is basically just a song as Gawvi talking about his friends and how they're going to stick together and support each other.
Actually, for Feed the Game, I actually liked the song pretty much. Thought it was pretty creative how he did the distorted vocals at the beginning. Wolf's verse, the verse 2, I thought that was a pretty good verse. For me, this is a good song.
So the next song is 45.
Subscribe. What does this have to do with the video again or any of the music? Absolutely nothing.
This song is so hot. It features Paris Cherries and Tommy Royale, I think that's how you say his name, who is a Spanish rapper. I cannot tell what he was rapping, but it was so lit. It really came off as he's talking about how crazy the show life is and how Gawvi isn't all worried about the dollars and the deals. Now, as far as some red flags I did not like inside of the song, they do use the expression, oh Lord, which is to me, again, using the Lord's name in vain, and they did use the expression pissed off, which is considered to some people a minor profanity.
Yeah, this was also a pretty good song for me. It's a really catchy song. I never really liked Paris Cherries, his music.
Yeah, me neither.
On this song, I think he did really well.
So the last song in the album is Sinner's Chaos. It's done! Good job, Gawvi! I'm so mad! This is the ending song in the album. It's very long because the outro has a lot of dialogue. It's just them talking about finishing up the album. It's a song about going on and not giving up even when life gets difficult, even through chaos. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't think it was a very good song. It has good music, but it didn't really hit me like that. What do you think?
Yeah, good music, a different Gawvi vibe, of course. Wasn't that into the song. I mean, there were better ones, and talking at the end, like the dialogue, it was kind of pretty long. I think they could have made it shorter, but yeah, it was a good song.
Alright, so anyway, that's the list of the songs inside of this album, guys. So I'm gonna give my priceless opinion, but before I do, on the screen, I'm going to put my own personal ranking of all the songs in the album to tell you what I think are the best songs and what I think are the worst songs. Here's what I think about the album. I was absolutely expecting it. I know that Gawvi is one of the most talented music producers inside of the industry, so I knew the album was going to have absolutely insane music production. And the quality of the music production in this album is literally off the charts. It's amazing. But he's done production for a lot of artists inside of Reach Records, and I see why. That's one of the strongest points inside of this album. Mostly throughout the album, I was not impressed with the lyrics. They didn't really mean much to me. And that's mainly because I've been spoiled by artists like NF with their own lyrical style of very personal lyrics, versus this one used a lot of references and a lot of things that actually didn't mean much to me. On Gawvi's last album, you had several really big zingers inside of the album, several songs that really stuck out as big hits. So examples would be his song With You, and then his song Fight For Me. Those are examples of a couple songs that really stuck out as very strong songs, but in this album, you didn't really have any songs that just stick out as big hits. But it's still a decent album that I think some of the songs are worth giving some play, but I don't think it lives up to the hype of his last album, Panorama. I don't think it was as good an album. I think the more that you listen to some of the songs, the more they actually grow on you.
This is actually my favorite album from Gawvi. He says in the documentary he didn't use any sample from like Splice or the websites. Everything just 40 him. Also, the lyrics did, for some songs, they didn't really mean much to me. Like, I didn't really get what he was trying to say. But overall, it's my favorite album from Gawvi.
Well, cool. So that's the thoughts of these boys, yo. So if you guys like this album review, you have to subscribe, because if you don't, I will throw away your piano keyboard and you can't create any music. So go ahead and subscribe for me, for Alvin.